excited are you just to be back at a place that you've had so much success at in the past?
Yeah, I played the back nine today, and I was just kind of going through some of the holes, how I played it on that final Sunday a couple of years ago, and just lots of great memories. And I was impressed by a couple shots. I was like, I'm not sure really how I pulled that off, but no, it's great to come back to a place where you have won before and you do have that success and those memories. So definitely looking forward to the week here. And I'm coming off not my best weeks, but solid weeks, and I feel like I'm making a lot of progress. So just hopefully that continues.
How much has changed from maybe that time in your life in 19, I want to say, to now? I mean, you've had a lot of different changes. You're with a whole new club company, but how much has changed? And is it funny for you to be back somewhere like this and think of like all those years, not all those years, but quite a few years ago?
Yeah, I've been on tour for a long time now, so it is cool, coming back here to a place that I think this will be my fourth time playing here. Yeah, I have 2 missed cuts, but I have 2 top 10s, including a win. So it is a really tough golf course. You just kind of have to stay patient and, hit the ball in the right spots. And so I feel like when you come back to a course that it's a little bit easier to get a strategy together, which makes it nice and a little less work for Britt and I on these few practice days leading up to Thursday's round. But yeah, it's fun and it's cool to kind of be a veteran out here, I guess. And I just look forward to this rest of the summer and the years to come.
You're definitely a veteran. I don't know if we can call you old yet. Looking back a little bit, I know, like you said, wasn't the golf you were really looking for from yourself, but you still finished really solid and kind of scraped it together, even though you didn't have your best stuff. How are you resetting this week? I know Chevron was pretty disappointing, but putting that in the past, how are you kind of resetting going forward?
This year it's kind of been funny, right out of the gate, win and, on a high, and then, some time away from golf, a couple of weeks off before the Asia swing, and, clubs didn't show up right away in Thailand, so, and then didn't play my best over there, came back, missed cut, which is, I like to say, unusual, so that was a little bit heartbreaking, and then, to come back to Hawaii, T11, and then T23 last week. So, we're getting it back. Like I said, we're kind of just, slowly making improvements, and, sticking to the process. That's all you can really do. And, golf can be really hard sometimes. It's a tough game. So just try to stay even through the highs and the lows.
And you are a pretty even player, but how do you give yourself grace in those moments when things just aren't going your way? I mean, do you just kind of lean on all the success you've had in the past as you look ahead?
Yeah, it is nice to kind of reminisce a little bit and realize that you're not that far away. It's out here, there's so many talented players. It's such a fine line between, missing the cut and, getting a top 5. So, just trying to get on the right side of momentum and keep the energy up so that, hopefully have a good week here this week and just keep on riding it the rest of the summer.
Obviously, a lot of experience here at Wilshire. What is it about this golf course that you like so much? I was talking to some people earlier. It's very quirky. Got some tiny greens, some tricky tee shots, bunkers in odd places. So, what's the strategy?
You have to think around here, yeah. And even though you have a strategy together, it changes, while you're out there. And that's kind of where the patience comes in. And at the end of the day, you can plan it all out, but the ball striking has to be there. You have to hit it to the right spots because otherwise you can be in a lot of trouble really quickly. So, hopefully all parts of the game are on fire starting Thursday because you really need it around this place.
We'll open it up if we have any questions in the room or any questions on Zoom. It looks like Amy Rogers has a question. If you'd like to unmute your mic, Amy.
Hey, Brooke, you touched on this a minute ago. You've had the highest of highs and kind of the lowest of lows all in LA. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I think it's just such a tough golf course. And if you're a little bit off, you can be punished really quickly here. But if you're playing really well and your ball striking is really good, you're hitting a lot of greens, then you can kind of get it rolling. And it's kind of that momentum that you need, keep riding it. But I think, it just comes down to it's a tough golf course and, you got to have a good strategy and hopefully it works.
You mentioned also kind of the ups and downs you had, to start this season. What do you point to as kind of what has been the challenge for you, kind of finding your momentum after that big win to start the year?
That was great. Still makes me smile a lot to think back on that. And then it's, I've kind of went down little bit of lows, but I feel like we're on our way back up now. The T11 in Hawaii was really nice. Nice feeling to kind of get it back near the top of the leaderboard. And then, I was in contention last weekend, or not last weekend, but early in the week last week, which was really nice, especially at a major championship. And obviously not the weekend I was looking for, but, just to be in those final groups again is really exciting. And I feel like the momentum is shifting, and hopefully it'll be just good from here on out.
Thanks, Brooke. My son's sitting here on my lap. He's waving at you, but you can't see him. So just telling you to hi.
Thanks.
Thanks, Brooke.
See you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, we'll go to Adam Stanley. Adam, if you would like to unmute your mic.
Awesome, thanks. Hey, Brooke.
Hey.
I think it's been like 13 of your last 15 majors or something like that. You finished in the top 25. So, just absolutely remarkable on the consistency side of things. As you look back on the body of work on the biggest stage in the sport, what are you most proud of in terms of that consistency at majors?
I love major championships. You just get excited, and I'm like nervous on Monday when I show up at those places. It's just a different feel, and it's really exciting. And so that's a pretty cool stat. I'm pretty proud of that because, major championships, they test everything about you. Mentally, physically, you really have to grind it out, and they are the most challenging weeks out here. So, that is a really nice stat, and, hopefully it was really nice to get my second major victory last summer, and, hopefully I can do something similar this year.
In terms of this week, I think on Sunday, you said it yourself, you were struggling a bit on the ball striking side of things. With respect to the work that's going to go into that this week, is this week one of those weeks where you've got some work that needs to be done, or are you looking at this week as a tournament that you're going to go in and you're going to try to win?
Honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. I definitely have stuff that I'm working on, and the big, long game plan, I'm making small steps towards that. But at the same time, I could still win this week, and I can get a top finish. And I think that's the way you kind of have to go into it, is thinking that, with my best stuff, I can compete and I can be in those final groups and, hopefully, hoist a trophy on Sunday. But I also realize that there are things that I'm working on, and, it's just a small progress, small steps, and, hopefully it'll pay off in the long run.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Good luck this week, Brooke.
Thanks.
So do any questions on the room? All right. If we do not, I'll end it with this last one. Obviously, JM Eagle and Plas Pro, a couple new sponsors for the LPGA Tour this year. Coming off of Chevron last week, which did a whole lot to elevate the women's game, they've increased the purse this year. And I mean, just as somebody that's played at Wilshire before and won an event here in the past, how cool is it for you to see these new sponsors coming in and raising the purse like they have?
It's amazing to see the support that women's golf is getting, and to have these new sponsors come and support the LPGA is really exciting. And to see those purse increases is awesome. And so hopefully it just keeps on improving and getting better. And, I think the tour is in an incredible place right now, and I'm just excited for what the future holds.
I think we might have one more from the Zoom. Amy?
Brooke, despite the challenges we just talked about, with obviously Sunday not going as you hoped at Chevron and the ups and downs to start the year, you still seem so positive, and like you kind of just take it in your stride. Where is that coming from?
My coach, who's my dad, and my sister, who caddies for me, they're just like always trying to keep me at an even keel, and I'm trying the best I can to, do that through the highs and the lows. And I think, negativity doesn't really help anything, and things are always going to get better. So just trying to keep that positive mindset, and it's a journey. Golf is tough, and life is tough sometimes, and you just kind of ride it out and come out the other side.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome, Brooke. We'll play well this week, and we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you.